It's May 2nd, 2014, and this is your Fortean Slip News.
From the dailymail.co.uk, artificial intelligence could be the worst thing to happen to humanity, says Stephen Hawking.
What does he know?
He didn't say it. His fucking speaking spell did.
It is dangerous.
You didn't go there. Oh my God. A sinister threat is brewing deep inside the technology laboratories of Silicon Valley. Artificial intelligence, disguised as helpful digital assistants and self-driving vehicles, is gaining a foothold, and it could one day spell the end for mankind. This, according to Stephen Hawking, who has warned that humanity faces an uncertain future as technology learns to think for itself and adapt to its environment. In an article written in The Independent,
The
Nobel Prize-winning physicist discusses Johnny Depp's latest film, Transcendence, which delves into a world where computers can surpass the abilities of humans.
Shameless plug.
Skynet will become aware.
Professor Hawking said dismissing the film as science fiction could be the worst mistake in history. He argues that developments in digital personal assistants, such as Siri, Google Now, and Cortana, whatever that is, are merely symptoms of an IT arms race which pale against what the coming decades will bring. But Professor Hawking notes that other potential benefits of this technology could also be significant, with the potential to eradicate war, disease, and poverty.
Of course he's warning against it. He doesn't want it to take him over.
Success in creating AI would be the biggest event in human history, he said. Unfortunately, it might also be the last unless we learn how to avoid the risks. In the short and medium term, militaries throughout the world are working to develop autonomous weapon systems, with the UN simultaneously working to ban them. Looking further ahead, there are no fundamental limits to what can be achieved, said Professor Hawking. There is no physical law precluding particles from being organized in ways that perform even more advanced computations than the arrangements of particles in human brains. In fact, IBM has already developed smart chips that could pave the way for sensor networks that mimic the brain's capacity for perception, action, and thought. One day it could allow computer scientists to develop a machine with a brain that is even more intelligent than that of humans.
Oh, sorry.
As Irving Good realized in 1965, machines with superhuman intelligence could repeatedly improve their design, even further triggering what Werner Vinge called a singularity, said Professor Hawking. Professor Hawking added, experts are not prepared for these scenarios. Offering a comparison, he said that if aliens were to tell us, saying they would arrive within a few decades, scientists would not just sit and wait for their arrival. Although we are facing potentially the best or worst thing to happen to humanity in history, little serious research is devoted to these issues. All of us should ask ourselves what we can do now to improve the chances of reaping the benefits and avoiding the risks.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
And from NationalGeographic.com, fatal superbugs. The antibiotics are losing their effectiveness. Many bacterial infections, such as gonorrhea, are no longer easily treated with antibiotics. The spread of superbugs...
Better tell your buddy on the couch.
Have to throw away the couch now.
The spread of superbugs, bacteria that have changed in ways that render antibiotics ineffective against them, is a serious and growing threat around the world, according to the World Health Organization's first global report on antibiotic resistance.
Dun, 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 dun.
Once common treatments for everyday intestinal and urinary tract infections, for pneumonia, for infections in newborns, and for diseases like gonorrhea, They are no longer working in many people. The new report on the global threat adds to a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report last year showing that 2 million people in the United States are infected annually with antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and 23,000 of them die each year as a result. To understand the dangers posed by superbugs, National Geographic spoke with Stuart Levy, chair of the Board of Alliance for the Prudent Use of Antibiotics at Tufts.
Whoa. The Alliance of Prudent Use?
Yeah.
Like they actually put the word prudent in there?
APUA, I believe that is. They are bacteria resistant to one or more antibiotics, and they make it difficult to treat or cure infections that once were easily treated. The antibiotic has lost its ability to control or kill bacterial growth. The bacteria can grow even in a sea of antibiotics because the antibiotic doesn't touch them.
Just drink bleach. It gets rid of everything, including internet bullies.
So what's gonna kill us first? What's gonna kill us first, Matt? Skynet or fucking gonorrhea?
Skynet's gonna get gonorrhea.
The Food and Drug Administration. The Food and Drug Administration has come out with a voluntary plan for industry to phase out antibiotic use.
Don't sleep with dirty birds.
And from our friends over at Bigfoot Evidence at .blogspot.com.
We have no friends over there.
Oh, that's true. 3 Amish men were working in their field near Strasburg, Lancaster County, PA, when an odd-looking man approached them from the direction of a neighboring
You guys
farm.
want to go bowling?
The man was yelling and jumping about. The Amish men were alarmed and noticed that this man had arms, legs, and face that seemed different, more animal than human. He had coarse, dark hair on his limbs and face, and wore what appeared to be dark-colored and tattered pair of old-style boxer shorts. As the man,
a Middle Eastern man trying to find service on his cell phone.
as the man creature approached closer, he was yelling something, but it was not understood by the men. The men ran towards their house. The man creature was right behind them. One of the Amish men ducked into the dairy barn, and the other two immediately went in the house. An elderly Amish woman who had been in the garden came to see what was going on.
Quick to the dairy barn.
There's a man creature.
When the man creature saw her, it suddenly stopped running, sat down on the grass, and remained quiet while staring at the sky. The men came out of the house, and one of them slowly walked over to the man creature and attempted to talk to it. The man creature continued to look at the sky.
Marvel Comics presents Man Creature.
The man creature continued to look at the sky, but started to mumble. The man and woman noticed that a horrible stench permeated from this creature, and they described it as rotting flesh. After several minutes, the man creature...
junk rot.
After several minutes, the man creature got to its feet and started to walk towards the dairy barn. As it did, the witnesses noticed that the creature started to fade away.
As it did, music started playing. Do 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 do.
Eventually, it completely disappeared from view just before it reached the barn.
Man creature vanish.
Shocked, the Amish witnesses dropped to their knees, not knowing.
Seconds later, a man named David Banner came out of the forest because CBS couldn't go with Bruce.
Quick, call the Yoders.
And we here at the Fortean Slip would like to bring you the following... I forgot what I was going to say.
Wow. Must be sincere.
Public service announcement. Whoa. Following public service announcement. There is a national UFO alert. The National UFO Alert Rating System has been updated for May 2014, with California, Florida, Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Michigan moving to a UFO Alert 3, the highest...
we're at slightly beige.
What color is that?
Off-white.
UFO Alert 3 as the highest reporting states with 25 or more cases during the month of April 2014. That is filed with the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON for short. California was the leading high reporting state in April with 80 cases, down from 103 March cases, 59 February cases, and 102 January cases. Those states in a UFO Alert 4 category with 13 or more reports include New York, Missouri, Arizona, New Jersey, North Carolina, Washington, Nevada, Oregon, and Colorado. All other states moved to a UFO Alert 5 category with lower numbers of UFO activity.
So what level do we have to get to before I have a probe up my ass?
The watch states with 10 or more... The watch states with 10 or more cases
taking the opportunity
are Georgia, Indiana, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Alabama, Tennessee, and Illinois. MUFON released April statistics May 1st, where the total number of reported UFO
Did you want me to say the next time you go to the treasure chest?
I thought you might go with one.
Where the total number of reported UFO sightings is listed by state. The UFO Examiner uses
that right there is the fucking the alarm, the alert.
The UFO Examiner uses these statistics to rate states. The entire country was moved back to the lowest alert level, UFO Alert 5. California took the lead in April with 80 cases. Florida had 57. Texas had 37. Pennsylvania had 33. Ohio with 25. And Michigan with 25 as well.
It's too late for me, fellas. They've already called.
Matt's fucked.
I'm fucked.
And that public service announcement has been brought to you by the Fortean Slip. And that, fellas, is the news.
I got 2 words for everybody tonight. Man creature.